What happened when my neighbor's son started leaving drawings on my doorstep every morning, each one showing a different way I was going to die. And then one morning, the drawing showed him standing over my body, smiling. It started with the drawings. At first, I thought it was some kind of innocent mistake, a kid being weird, leaving random doodles around the neighborhood. But by the fourth one, I stopped pretending it was harmless. The first drawing showed a house on fire. My house. You could tell by the way the porch was drawn, the crooked railing, the dented mailbox. It was uncanny, right down to the flowers that hadn't bloomed since last summer. The second showed a man, me, lying in the street, head bleeding, a car halfway over the curb. The third one was stranger. It was my bedroom. Me in bed, and above me a dark figure standing near the window, holding something that looked like a hammer. I would have thrown it all away, called it a bad prank, if not for the fourth one. The fourth one showed the same thing, the same room, but this time I was awake, and I was looking directly at the figure, and written in shaky, childish handwriting at the bottom. Tomorrow. The drawings always came around 7 a.m. I knew because I started waiting by the window. My neighbor's son, Caleb, was 9. Small, quiet, pale kid. The kind who didn't talk much in class and drew on everything he could reach. He'd been strange since his dad died the year before, but no one ever said anything. He'd leave his house, cross the lawn barefoot, and slip an envelope under my door. Then he'd stand there for a few seconds, looking up like he was waiting for someone to wave. The first morning I caught him doing it. I opened the door too fast. He froze. "Caleb," I said. "What's this?" He didn't answer. He just looked at me, those pale blue eyes, wide and unfocused, then turned and ran back to his house without saying a word. The envelope was warm in my hand, like he'd been holding it too long. Inside was the drawing of my house on fire. That afternoon I tried talking to his mom, Claire. She looked exhausted. Hollow cheeks, dark circles, the kind of tired that doesn't come from lack of sleep. "I think Caleb's been leaving these," I said, showing her the papers. She stared at them for a long time, face completely blank. Then she said something that didn't make sense. "He's not supposed to draw anymore." I frowned. "What do you mean?" Her eyes flicked toward the living room, where Caleb sat cross-legged on the floor, staring at a blank sheet of paper. "The therapist said the drawings are how it talks to him," she whispered. "It's how it got in." My mouth went dry. "It?" She didn't answer. She just shook her head. "Please don't encourage him," she said quietly. "And if he brings you another, don't look at it." That night, I couldn't sleep. The drawings were still on the kitchen counter, and every time I glanced at them, I could swear the shadows looked different than before. The black crayon darker, the shapes sharper. Around 2 a.m., I got up for water and saw something out the window. Caleb, standing in the middle of my yard, barefoot, wearing pajamas, staring at my house. He was holding a flashlight, but he wasn't pointing it at anything. He was shining it at his own face, the beam cutting harsh shadows across his features. When the light flickered, I could have sworn his eyes weren't blue anymore, they were black. I ran outside, calling his name. He didn't move. "Caleb, go home, buddy. Your mom's gonna freak out." He just stared at me. Then slowly, he smiled, wide and wrong, like a puppet learning the expression for the first time. He raised his hand, and in it, he was holding another envelope. He dropped it at my feet. "This one's the last," he said. His voice didn't sound like his, and before I could say anything, the flashlight went out. When it came back on, he was gone. I opened the envelope right there under the porch light. This one was different. It wasn't drawn in crayon. It was drawn in ink. The lines were precise, deliberate, almost too steady for a 9-year-old. It showed me lying on the floor in my living room, my throat cut open, my eyes wide, and above me, holding a knife, was Caleb. But there was one more thing written in the bottom corner, small enough I almost missed it. It made me do it. I dropped the page like it burned. My chest felt tight, my breath short. I stumbled back inside, locked every door, shut the blinds. My heart wouldn't stop racing. I tried calling. Claire, no answer. Tried. Again, nothing. The clock on the wall said 2:47 a.m. That's when I heard it, the sound of paper sliding under my front. Door slow, deliberate, then silence. I stood frozen, staring at the floor. Another envelope. This one wasn't white like the others. It was red, and written across the front, in black marker, were 3 words. "Look behind you." I turned. Full story on my channel. Link below.